Sir Fawley Prester leads a large caravan of 200 men and 40 mounted knights heading west on the river road towards Casterly Rock. The caravan includes 2 prisoners, Jane Westerling, who was Robb Stark's queen, and Edmure Tully, who aided the Blackfish in capturing River Run. Both captives are guarded by archers who have been secretly instructed to kill them should they attempt to escape. The caravan also includes the Westerling family, Lord Gawain Westerling and his wife Cybele Spicer, as well as their younger children Elena and Rollum Westerling. Finally, a singer known as Whitesmile Watt also accompanies them. They have been on the march for over a moon's turn. A fortnight into the journey, Fawley's caravan had been hosted at Wayfarer's Rest. Lord Carol Vance ensured that they were given ample supplies to complete the rest of their journey. The caravan is making progress towards the outskirts of the Riverlands. Fawley hopes to reach the Golden Tooth as soon as possible. He thinks to himself that their caravan will be safe once they reach the safety of the Westerlands. Given their current pace, it shouldn't be more than a few days' ride. Thus far, they have been minimally harassed. There has been no sign of the Blackfish nor the Brotherhood without banners. Moreover, the dire wolves scouring the Riverlands had not yet been seen. Perhaps they had migrated to new lands. At the head of the caravan, Fawley speaks with Gawain Westerling, Lord of the Crag. Lord Gawain rides his horse to the head of the column to initiate the conversation.
Good morrow, Sir Fawley. I must commend you on the exquisite job you've done in leading this company. My family and I will unfortunately have to part ways very soon, however. We make for the Pendrick Hills due north of the River Road. I must confess I very much wish to see the crag once again. Ruin it may be, but I have not seen it since the outbreak of the war.
I can sympathize. I myself have not returned to Feastfires since the outbreak of the war. I miss those halls and hills dearly.
You and me both, sir, though we may yet have to return to the Riverlands. Sir Davin Lannister is, alas, getting married to one of the Frey girls at River Run. Lord Walder wishes to complete this wedding before year's end, thus ensuring that he himself can attend. I hope to be a part of the festivities as well. Will I see you there, sir?
I hope to attend, though I am reluctant to leave my men to attend a wedding. I'm a knight, not a lord. My place is amongst my men and on the battlefield, though I would dearly like to taste a lion's wine once more.
Sir Fawley is a man of few words. He has never cared for the politics of the High Lords of Westeros. He is a knight of House Prester, sworn in service to the Lannisters of Casterly Rock. If Sir Jaime required his services at River Run, he would return at once after delivering Edmure and Jane to captivity. Elsewise, he would carry on as a commander in the Lannister army, training men for battle and leading them if necessary. Lord Gawain wheels his mount and rides back towards his family further behind in the caravan. Trading places with him is his wife, Lady Cybele Spicer. It was her turn to speak with Sir Fawley.
Well met, sir. I am Lady Cybele Spicer. My lord husband has always spoken very highly of you, as well as your cousin Lord Garrison. How does our Lord Prester fare?
He's doing well, last I heard. No news has reached us from Feastfires, and that's good news given the current state of the Seven Kingdoms. The West stands strong, and our coffers are full.
Maybe your coffers are full, sir, but alas ours are running short, I'm afraid. We've barely enough coin to sustain the crag, and soon we shall have scant. Our only hope is to secure suitable marriages for the children, though Sir Jaime is unlike to be much help in that regard. At the very least, my brother is the new Lord of Castamere, so we have another ruined castle to oversee. But what of your family, Sir Fawley? Do you have any kin you will see when you return to Feastfires?
Fawley does not like how Lady Cybele speaks about Jaime. Nevertheless, he answers her question.
I am as of yet unwed, and have no children. There are my brother's brood, though. Lord Stafford has 5 sons and 2 daughters, and his sister has 7 children. I'm sure there are children to spare for a wife if I ever find a woman willing to have me.
Thankfully for Fawley, the road leading northwest towards the crag had finally appeared, meaning he would have his leave of the Westerlings. Before they depart, Fawley reassures them that he will safely deliver Jane Westerling to Casterly Rock. Thus, Lord Gawain, Lady Cybele, and their youngest children fork off the river road and head towards Pendrick Hills. As the caravan continues its steady march towards the Westerlands, Fawley reflects on his life thus far. He has lived through Robert's rebellion, Greyjoy's rebellion, and now this blasted war of the Five Kings. He has slain men on every battlefield from Pike to King's Landing, but the gods have seen him through, and he finds himself old and grey and tired to his bones. The War of the Five Kings has been the bloodiest war Westeros has seen in Fawley's lifetime. He's watched men he has known his whole life die screaming in the mud, and he has put his spear through more men's hearts than there are stars in the sky. It has been long and hard, and it will be some time before his dreams stop being filled with the memories. But he prays now that the fighting is over, even though he knows it is not. Winter has arrived once again, and he fears it will bring more death than any summer. After almost another full day of marching, the caravan unanimously decides to stop for the night, as they are all in desperate need of rest. They set up camp in a wide ravine beneath a group of mountains on the western edge of the Riverlands. Fawley can see the morale of the men starting to decline, and thus decides on lighting a campfire to raise spirits. Fawley attends to the fire with a few of his trusted soldiers, while the captives Edmure Tully and Jane Westerling are also sitting around the fire, guarded by Lannister archers. White Smile Wat approaches the fire as well, asking what songs they would like to hear. Fawley lets Edmure decide what song White Smile Wat should play for their entertainment. Edmure is obviously opposed to hearing the Rains of Castamere, but does allow the Bear and the Maiden fair. Fawley is not bothered by this, as he prefers drinking songs, since they keep the spirits of the men up.
A bear, there was a bear, all black and brown and covered in hair. Oh, come, they said, come to the fair. The fair said he, but I'm a bear, all black and brown and covered in hair. And down the road from here to there, three boys are going to the dancing bear. They danced and spun all the way to the fair.
Unbeknownst to Fawley and his men as they sit around the campfire, Nymeria's wolf pack has encircled their encampment. The wolf pack begins to devour Fawley's men without his knowledge, tearing through the outskirts of their camp and charging towards the center. Many of the horses brought in the caravan have fled, and many men lie slain.
In the shadow of the hills where the banners sway, the lion slept beneath the moonlit bay. But the wolf came creeping with a silent stride, and the horses screamed in the dead of night.
White Smile Wat begins to play a song that Fawley does not recognize, but Edmure and Jane seem to enjoy it. The singer continues his ballad, bellowing out the following.
Oh, the wolf in the night, red eyes so bright, set the fields ablaze with fear and flight. Through the tents they ran in a mad and fright, as the wolf howled loud in the darkened light. Grey wind prowled with a hunger deep through the heart of man, where nightmares creep. The Lannister lines broke like the dawn, as Robb's wolves sang their victory song. And the stars in the night were the eyes of his wolves, and the wind itself was their song.
Fawley then recognizes that it is a song about Robb Stark's victory at the Battle of Oxcross. Fawley had sent many of his veterans to help train the inexperienced levies comprising Stafford Lannister's forces. Most of those men had perished when Robb Stark had ambushed them in the night, and the memory still stings deep for Fawley. Infuriated, Fawley demands the singer to stop singing and to hold his tongue or lose it. When the singer doesn't stop, Fawley draws his sword. They are interrupted when a Lannister squire runs through the camp screaming that a pack of wolves are harassing them. Forley immediately begins to rally his troops and mount a defense of his caravan. The wolves now encircle and approach Forley and his roughly 50 remaining men. Forley then turns back towards the campfire. Edmure Tully is nowhere to be seen, but Jane Westerling makes an attempt to flee into the woods. Forley orders the archers to slay her, knowing that she could become more dangerous than Edmure if allowed to escape. 3 of the archers are killed by direwolves before they can shoot their bow, but 2 others loose their arrows, striking Jane in the leg and lower back, sending her to the ground in agony. Though Forley's men are able to kill a few of the pack, Nymeria and 4 other direwolves are able to cut their way through, evading swords and arrows. A certain direwolf is situated at the front of the pack, growling at Forley. This wolf is in fact Arya's Nymeria. Nymeria leaps forward towards Forley, who falls to the ground, frozen with fear.